Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Monday, the 10th of June. Starting off with the S&P, which has got a mini bull flag there near the high, so it does suggest that we've got a new leg to the upside, even though we've got obviously fundamental uncertainty with the Fed, etc. But at least while we're above the floor of the latest gap there, 52.90 or so, we are looking to the resistance line projection there from September as high as 55.34. By the end of next month, and maybe even sooner than that. We do break down back below 52.90, or if you prefer the 52.64 previous peak March-April, then the floor of the channel there 52.20, but that does seem a rather bearish way of looking at things at the moment. Moving on to the Nasdaq, and here the market holding near the highs, the old resistance around 18,900, above that looking for the top of that rising trend channel, 19,800 by the end of this month. Ideally, we stay above the latest gap there around 18,600. Worst cases, we have to retest the 50-day line, 18,100 for the first time since the beginning of last month. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Apple, the first situation here is one of the most important stocks, or the most famous stocks in the world. Here you can see that we've broken that line of the resistance there in the middle of last month, tested it as new support, and then have broken higher. Current situation is that we're just pushing through the initial January resistance for this market around $195, and above that looking for as high as $215 by the end of this month at the top of that rising trend channel from August last year, so expecting an acceleration in the move. Next stock is one which we covered just a few days ago, and it comes in the form of China liberal education, which is obviously sounds slightly ironic to some. Here you can see that we've hit our first target there, or well, just shy of our first target there, to be brutally honest, $3.50 in the high, just below that on Friday. End of day close through $3.50, and we're looking at potentially accelerating the upside there up to as high as $8.40 by the end of next month. Ideally, we stay above the previous day's resistance around $2.35 ahead of that push through $3.50. Another stock to keep an eye out on in the near term is Fenbo. Quite simple rising trend channel here. A hammer candle on Thursday and pushing through rising 50-day line $11.10. Above that, looking for up to $16.30 by the end of this month at the top of that January trend channel. On to a situation which we also covered a few days ago, Glucotrack. Here we pushed through a sharply rising 50-day line, $2.50, and above that looking for the next level up, which is $3.90, the old initial May resistance for the shares. Another situation which we're assuming has decent upside over the near term is iPower. The reason for that is we're in this little range here between $2.10 and $3, looking for that to be broken, but we've bounced off the floor there a few times now, so hopefully $3 the minimum here, and up to as high as $3.50 by the end of the month, which is the upper parallel of that resistance line projection from January last year. LM Funding is next, and here you can see we've got a relatively wide rising trend channel. We've broken out of the recent range, which was topped by the $4 level, above $4, looking for as much as $7.70 by the end of next month at that December resistance line projection. So hopefully LM Funding is on its way. A situation that also could be one to watch in terms of a near-term reaction is MAIA or Maya Biotechnologies. Here you can see it's bounced above the rising 50-day line at $3. The longer we stay above that, the greater the chance of a move to $6 plus by the end of next month, which is the top of the rising trend channel from back in August last year. So Maya looking as though it is finding support at old resistance. The next situation is Mobileye, and here gapping through the 50-day line and that line of resistance there from back in January. $29.20, the magic number there. Initial resistance here up to $33.80, which is, or was, April resistance. After that, we've got the gap top there, $39.60, maybe for the end of next month. But a nice W-shaped turnaround, as well as being a bear trap island reversal, something which tends to be a decent turnaround technical signal. Nvidia's next with its new slimlined share price is worth looking at. Rising trend channel there from the end of November. Top of the channel there heading for $145, which we're looking for by the end of next month, while we remain above the previous May resistance around 115. So above 115, looking for 145, rather simply on Nvidia. Oddity Tech is next, and here gapping down. Well, it's been gapping up, gapping down, and then gapping up again, but it is an island reversal, and the more that we can hold above $44, the greater the chance here of a move to the top of that rising trend channel from August last year, as high as $60 by the end of next month. Finishing off with Visionary Holdings, and here another stock which has bounced off a rising 50-day line and old resistance, in this case around the $3.80 mark. The longer we stay above that, the greater the chance of move towards as high as $9.80 by the end of next month at the top of that rising trend channel from back in October. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.